Assalamu alaikum and welcome to No Plastics, another episode. Once again, as in our previous episode with Mr. Ahmed El-Naggar, we discussed about plastic bank, social plastics concept, the artificial intelligence and the future, and also how plastic bank is helping people getting out of the poverty as well. So today in the second part of this series of discussion with Mr. Ahmed Al-Nagar, we will be focusing on some other related topics with him. Let's welcome him once again and start the discussion right away. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Ahmed. How are you today?
Oh, Walaikum salam, Mr. Saeed. It's pleasure to be here again, and it's pleasure to be on this amazing show. And my thanks to all your efforts to make this happen, and to all your commitment and all the efforts that you have been contributing to in the past period. Yeah.
It's something that we think, within ourselves to give back to the community because we have taken so much from it. Anyways, so we discussed in our previous episode about the concept of social plastics and how Plastic Bank came up with this idea. Here, I would like to ask you further about especially Pakistan, because that is our favorite subject, because it's our homeland. As you know that the country, Pakistan, is an importer of plastic raw material, which is about 1.4 million tons, and it also produces a waste of approximately 3.3 million tons on an annual basis. So
Yes.
my question to you, do you think that Plastic Bank can somehow set up its mapping system, collecting, sorting, and selling that much waste, plastic waste, or part of it, to some big brands which are already operating in Pakistan? Mr. Ahmed?
Yes. So it's an amazing question. So Plastic Bank is on a mission to save the ocean and alleviate poverty at the same time. Not just into one spot in the world. It's in everywhere, especially in emerging economies, especially where there is beneficiaries, where there's people who are waiting this opportunity to help take them out of poverty and move into entrepreneurial life, to become small entrepreneurs of their own life. We have a mission to gather more than 1 billion persons to this mission, to be a believer. Whether you're a person, you're a brand, you're a regulator, you're a government, you're a compliance body, you're a carbon offsetting agency. Wherever you are, you need to be part of this mission. Not by just not by direct investing, but by just believing in the idea and start knowing that plastics is money.
Right.
This bottle on the floor is $5. If the number $5 on it, everybody would collect plastics. There would be no plastics issue in the world, actually.
Right.
So our mission is to go to every country that needs this, and it might not be now, it might not be in the near future, but it's in the core belief of Plastic Bank that everybody on this planet, in the emerging economies and of these underserved community, deserves a better opportunity, and plastics is the way out of it. Collecting plastic bottles, hand-picked, and benefiting from this through our credits, through our solution, through our cash incentives, is definitely a path out of poverty. So we're definitely interested and excited to go to Pakistan, not now, but maybe in the future or in the coming endeavors. It would be a great opportunity maybe to start there, but maybe sometime in the future, because we are moving steadily towards the mission, building day by day. Because as you know, we cannot go just massively everywhere around the world, although we believe that we must do this. But when the time is right, and when we have certainly setting up an ecosystem there is definitely on our list, and we need to do it sometime. Yes.
So do you have any one in particular which you think that could be a partner, for Plastic Bank to work in Pakistan and doing all that, making positive impact in Pakistan too? Do you have anyone?
Yes, so one of my very dear friends is Mr. Imran Rahmani. He is the CEO of IR Group.
Hmm.
He is a great promoter of the recycling importance in Pakistan. He's an amazing influencer. He's putting a lot of effort in spreading the awareness around circularity, around the use of recycled machinery, and the importance of recycling in the world. And of course, coming with recycling is the feedstock, which is the bottles that we collect. So He's a great influencer. He's definitely one of the greatest characters of Pakistan to work around circularity, and he's very influential. Plus, he's very active with the government and the private sector. So, and from this show, I love to say to him, thank you, Mr. Imran, for all your efforts that you're doing in Pakistan.
Perfect. Okay. There are a lot of misconceptions, created as to look at plastics as something really bad to the environment. And the governments, worldwide, not just in Pakistan, in some countries, even developed countries, are actually banning products made of plastic. So, like in Pakistan, the government is planning to ban single-use plastic, and in a lot of countries, it has already in practice, and a lot of countries are following this suit. So what do you
Mhm.
think, personally, how bad is plastic to the environment, or is it or should we call it a direct threat to the environment?
Uh, just some statistics. So, by 2025, there will be more plastic in the sea than fish. So,
Oh, okay.
and the problem of plastic is that it started to become a part of the food chain. So
Mm,
now everyone has plastics in their body. On average, every human being consumes one credit card of plastic each week.
mm,
What does this gives us? It gives us two things. It gives us to look at it as an opportunity. So it's
mm,
an opportunity to the underserved communities to have a better life, better standards, collecting plastic. So it's an opportunity to them. Second thing is the government regulations on banning single use. It's definitely a very good milestone on going forward with decreasing the plastic, looking more into the recycled content,
mm,
looking more into how can we use what we have currently. We don't need to add more plastic. We just can introduce more to the recycling communities. We can collect more. We can work on this more. But definitely, such efforts is governed by a lot of, there's a lot of demand on the market on the single-use plastics. So transitioning from this stage to the full banning, it needs to be gradual, and it needs to have certain governance from the regulatory bodies. I believe this is being undertaken now in Pakistan too.
So, in your opinion, Mr. Ahmed, what steps can the Pakistani, printing, packaging, and converting industry take to make plastics environmentally friendly, as to the biodegradable or OXO biodegradable plastics?
Uh, I'm not really an expert on the chemical part of the oxide biodegradable. I
Hmm.
certainly know it and I understand it, but taking any initiative on reducing the virgin content is definitely a milestone or a way ahead to achieve a more towards reducing the overall plastic footprint of a country or per organization or per manufacturer. But another thing is also that is important is including a recycled component
Hmm.
into the new, for example, the therm forms or the new bottles that we are producing, or we can have a small recycled content inside it, maybe to become 100% in the future. Why not start your journey today towards reducing your footprint? But before that, why do not you start your journey towards affecting these people, towards collecting plastic? Because it's directly benefiting from plastics packaging printing is a very good business. But what is better is to look into the environment. How can we keep this environment safe? How can we serve more people and include them under a financial inclusion umbrella that is giving them their basic rights, their basic necessities of goods and services and everything they need, and be a part of that instead of being a part of why cannot be why how can we produce more of version, how can we
Hmm.
make more plastics. It's a mutual effort, and the
Right.
brand needs to be very understanding. One last statistic that I would love to share is that market research companies such as and global bodies who study the consumer behavior, their buying behavior,
Hmm.
66% of the consumers would pay a premium if it's going to have an environmental impact, if it's going to have something positive that's happened, if it's going
Okay.
to advance the United Nations SDGs.
Hmm.
And recently, in the European Union has banned any product claims that are not backed up by proper transaction. This is where the digital platform and the blockchain is essential. to
Right.
make sure that these transactions are really happening and this product is really environment friendly and is really serving some people in other parts of the world.
Right. Mr. Ahmed, your plastic bank has, recently, I think a couple of weeks ago, held a webinar on Beyond
Yes.
Sustainability, Regenerative Future. So we would like to know your opinion on the sustainable plastics, or call it circular plastics, and its impact on climate change, which is a big subject around the world these days.
Yes, exactly. So, I would like to speak to some words about Mr. David Katz, who
Mhm.
is the founder of Plastic Bank.
He's a fellow
He's the
Canadian, right?
first. Yes, exactly. He's in Vancouver. So if he's watching this, hi David. So David is a massive and a worldwide influencer around the importance of reducing the plastic footprint and the importance of serving the under of serving the these economies in the emerging economies, saving the ocean. David is a great ocean steward. He's a pioneer in this arena.
Hmm.
During his webinar, he was explaining to organizations, to personal, to all the community, the importance of an act. You need to act now. For
Right.
example, this year has been the hottest year of all times. I'm sure that you have seen all the climate changes that are taking place in Europe, in America, in Africa. We even have some countries in the Middle East that were submerged by water
Yep.
due to climate change effects of the high temperature. What does this gives us? A motive, a motivation to act now,
Yep.
to start being a part of the story of saving the planet, making the world a better place. David has been an excellent advocate and a great thought leader of this mission, and he is creating daily awareness campaigns, mostly around raising more awareness to the people, to the brands. We need to act now. It's too late already to save the planet. But what we need to do is that we need to give the planet some time to recover. Because if this issue is left unaddressed, we're literally going to drown in plastics, and this is the last thing that we want to do. And to have climate and weather being affected by that as well.
Right. Rightly so. You know what? We should give a little breathing space to this dear Earth that we live in. And you just
Yes.
mentioned about climate change worldwide. As you know, Pakistan is a developing country of nearly about 250 million people. It's getting year by year, it's getting badly affected by the
Yes.
climate change, which is happening worldwide
Floods.
too. How can we make it possible to become part of the climate change challenge? I'm talking about Pakistan in particular, in your opinion.
Yes. So to me, Pakistan is a great country and a great culture. Once we alter and explain to people that we reveal the value of waste, we reveal the value of plastics, there is money of this plastic. We don't need to throw it away. We can recycle it. We can collect it.
Right.
There will be a paradigm shift in the mindset of the consumer and for the companies. Companies are going to look for everywhere where they can put their plastics to get money. Individuals, how can this reshape and create, I see business opportunities in climate change. I see
Right.
entrepreneurs rising from a $5,000 projects to 5 million, $50 million projects.
Nice.
Imagine with me if we have a group of SMEs, of startups, of Pakistani entrepreneurs and tech geeks who are trying to innovate solutions in the climate change and working on the ground in Pakistan.
Hmm.
Certainly, this is a great milestone and something that we can rely on that's going to change the culture, spread more awareness, and more importantly, save the country, save the world. And you can go from Pakistan to everywhere in the world. For example, we have many good ideas, nice ideas nowadays, many ESG platforms, many people who are trying to address the issue. How can we solve climate change challenges? There is a value and there is a great opportunity for the small entrepreneurs. So I see this when it becomes a business, it's a great motivator to the business community and to the people as well to shift the mindset and to become more to understand the value of the material and the value of the waste.
Rightly so. Mr. Ahmed, lastly, your views about No Plastics platform, and how can we help in achieving the sustainable plastics goal, which is our big subject these days all over.
Yes. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for creating this, and thank you for taking the time and energy to make it happen. We certainly more. We need more out of you. We need more engagement. We need more people. We need more talks about the AI. We need more talks about the trendy sustainability, carbon credits, carbon offsetting. We need to understand this. I'm speaking as a viewer. Of course, I know what's this and I know how to talk about it, of course,
Yeah,
but I'm speaking from a viewer standpoint. How can we make these terminologies very easy for every person watching this amazing program? Understand it, become a part of it, and mostly become an influensive message from the world, from Canada, from Pakistan to everywhere in the world. You are reshaping the industry, explaining more, taking mean than thoughts, interviewing thought leaders and subject matter experts on issues. So thank you for what you're doing. And I hope anytime you need my support, anybody's support, we are here to serve. And it's our whole mission to serve the amazing communities of human beings in vast places of the earth, and at the end, save the earth itself.
definitely, definitely. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed Al-Nagar, for giving us your precious time. I'm sure that your, insights in this today's episode and the previous episode also, and the suggestions, to the entrepreneurs, to the industrialists, to the governments, to common people, because we are, dumbing it down, those technical jargons for the common man to
Yes.
understand, will definitely help the international as well as Pakistani, the packaging industry's potential growth, sustainability, and circular economy practices worldwide. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
I promise you, I think we will definitely hold a separate episode on No Plastics platform for the
Yes.
artificial intelligence and that whole idea and how do you go about it. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Mr. Ahmed.
My pleasure, sir. Here to serve anytime. Thank you for your amazing time and commitment. Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.